Kingdom was a line that wanted to recapture and reimagine Beast Wars with mostly cartoon-accurate robot modes and realistic beast modes. I say mostly accurate robot modes for a reason, and the realistic beast modes I'm kind of half and half on, but personally, with what the line's put out for the Beast Wars characters, I'm a huge fan of it. Beast Wars is one of my all-time favorite Transformers media, so, you know, whenever they announced the line at around, like, this time last year, whenever it had released, I was all over it on BBTS. The overall look of Cheetor here is fantastic. The colors used are amazing, and the metallic blue on the bits that are here, they just make the figure look so much better. And the only complaints I can really think of are the lack of paint on the shins, the torso looks oddly shaped compared to like the show model, and every other figure of Cheetor that I have. Parachute pants are kind of off-putting, and the tiny feet throw the guy off in more ways than one, but otherwise the figure is wonderfully painted, textured, and just overall a really good-looking Cheetor, despite the imperfections that it has. The figure only came packed with one accessory, and that was his tail whip. Why did we get this instead of his gut gun, or both? I have no idea. Now mind you, the tail whip doesn't look that bad. I just wish it had, you know, like a hinge or swivel to make it look more dynamic and imposing. So, it's just not a terrible accessory, just kind of wanted better out of it. The gut gun I have here, I did buy from Larkins Lair over on Etsy. Now keep in mind, when you do go to purchase this, it's going to be a solid color. You have to paint this yourself. You will not get it in this specific color scheme. I did this so that way I'll have a much more show-accurate looking gun, but I would recommend picking this up for those of you who have this figure and you want a gut gun for your Cheetor just to have a better display piece. Articulation is more than above average, although the design of Cheetor does lend himself to having a lot more in certain areas, and despite the feet being small, they're stable enough to hold a pose, and certainly with the right accessories, i.e. the gut gun, go buy one, it's amazing. The only real area I'd say he suffers in is the ability to bring his legs back, but you're still able to cheat a kneel out of it if you give it a good enough effort. Transformation, it's not super complex, it's one of the easier ones that I've done in a long time, and there was a part of me that wanted it to work like the MP, but I'm kind of glad and surprised that it doesn't work like the MP. The only real drawback I can see for some people is the parts forming in the tail, in which the solution I can see is don't lose the tail, otherwise you're going to have a tailless cat. The look of the cheetah mode is super phenomenal. It's not a perfect one-to-one replica, sure, but cheetahs also don't have dead, lifeless eyes. I also had to look up how close Hasbro and Takara got to making a realistic cheetah work, and I think they did as good as they could at this size and price point. I would strongly recommend this figure to anybody. It's not a perfect rendition of the character, it's a little too skinny, but compared to Red and the Cyberverse Deluxe, this one fits in a Beast Wars shelf a lot better than those two. And which, yeah, I'll talk about those in the future, but for now, this Cheetor gets a 9 out of 10, and it's not perfect, but it's super solid, looks the part, and if you get the gun from Larkins Lair, I think you're going to love this figure even more. That's really all I have, so make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so, and if you're so inclined, please follow my social media pages down below in the description, and with that, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, week, month, life, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!